the graphic.
That is fantastic.
Cute.
I know. Outside Ireland, this is the place to be to celebrate St. Patrick's Day because the parade's been going on for 1,100 years, right here.
And it feels like it's going to go on for 1,100 hours.
Yes.
Right.
We in New York City actually have the largest St. Patrick's Day parade in the world. It's bigger than the one they have in Dublin, and we will be talking all about what's going on here
And
in
it's
New
not
York
just down
and
6th
across the
Avenue.
country.
It's 2nd Avenue and 1st, and traffic's awful, and people are running around and
Having a good
drinking
time.
a little too much. Yeah.
All right, but straight up, we got to tell you what's
They
happening.
spinning it.
Well, America's top nuclear advisor, his name is Gregory Jackos. He told Congress Unit 4 might have lost all of its water,
Right.
might have lost a significant amount,
Probably
if
did.
not all of it.
Probably empty.
He says Unit 3, the information is limited, but he believes that there's a crack in the spent fuel pool, which could lead to a loss in water. Now, that's the American side. You have the Japanese side, and the Nuclear Safety Agency, and then the electric power company there. They're denying that the water in that pool is gone. Then the spokesman says that the condition is stable in Unit 4. And then, like you mentioned, the evacuation. You need to evacuate if you're, you know, if you live
What
closer
if you're
to
25 miles out?
They're saying no. They're saying 12 to 19.
On the news?
Absolutely. Now, something we're not seeing.
How are they really helping? They're putting water, trying to add more water.
They're trying to put
And identify
fires
the
out.
problem.
Absolutely. One of the Fukushima 50 apparently.
Get 6 green bass for lunch. Said to the hour. You know, it was really overrun by the other major news.
Well, smokers can't light up in many restaurants or bars across our country. And now here in New York City, they might not be allowed to smoke in their own homes. That's right. Condos and co-ops in Manhattan trying to ban all smoking indoors. So here for a fair and balanced debate, next door doesn't want my TV on too loud. It gets to be a little annoying, I will say. Now, let me get you, Audrey, to defend your beliefs here. Tell me why you think that.
Change your underwear. There you go. All right, 27 minutes now before the top of the hour. Now
Radio show.
you will be on the radio
right,
show.
there you
But
go.
right now, doing the TV show, we have a very
Prices. That's what happened. That changed every environment.
Well,
Big change.
you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone if we go to natural gas. Some studies say that we have 10 times the amount of natural gas as Saudi has oil. Why don't we go that route with our
Well,
trains and...
Yeah, but you
our
can't in the
government?
immediate.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Don't forget to wear your green. And some quick headlines for you. A close call for these 2 police officers in St. Louis. They were directing... is suing the makers of that movie. Sergeant Jeffrey Sarver says that the film subjected him to ridicule and doubts about his bomb disposal skills. Steve? How do we know? I mean, do we need to take these pills? Because we're hearing that it's coming here to the West Coast, could hit us by, or could hit the West Coast by Friday, tomorrow. Do we need to be taking these pills?
I really don't think so. I think this...
Number the 18 stepping up big. Meanwhile, coming up straight ahead here today, America's watching in dizzying fashion. And more people who aren't Irish claim to be Irish. But yet we're not questioning them hard, Steve. Why are we letting people not right?
I know.
Just say I'm
Right, you've
Scottish.
got some scotch in you.
That's true, but it has nothing to do with my nationality.
I'm glad you wore your green, though, because
Yeah.
remember as a child, you get pinched if you didn't wear a green? Did
Right.
they do that in your elementary school?
Yes.
No, I just remember the Kiss Me, I'm Irish buttons that were very popular back
I'm
then.
sure you wore them every St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I was always looking to make out on the 17th.
Sure you were.
But here's the thing. Today is going to be fast. So
I think that
2
we should do it with
lords.
them. I think you should do it with them. We're gonna learn how.
Yeah.
I don't have the right
Take
shoes.
off your shirt.
I don't have the right shoes.
And do
Take
some
off your
dancing.
shirt.
All right, so anyway, thank you very much for joining us. We've got a busy day and a serious day as well. And we start
In the summer where nobody
Sure.
works. You just sit
That's
there
true.
and you leave.
So what are we doing here?
I'm not really
I'm
sure.
moving.
Well, we have to work first in order to afford the wine.
Right.
Ainsley.
France is a nice place to visit, but I'd rather live here.
Yeah, that's right.
Plus, you're better off French if you're French.
Listen, I like it here because this is where John Stossel lives. And John Stossel says he has a way to get the federal government to stop wasting money. Start shouting.
The national debt currently at $14 trillion, and it is going up, as you know. Well, this week, John Stossel is heading to Washington to complain about America's financial crisis.
You want Washington to stop. Where do you start in describing it?
Well, on my show, not for them.
You're
They have
obviously
to
not
give
opposed.
stuff. I mean, after running New York City schools,
That's right.
Good point.
choice works at.
Right.
It looks like one.
Was that
Yeah,
your
don't put it
carry-on?
on.
How'd you take that
No,
on the plane?
don't take. Oh,
How did you get that on the plane?
that picture would haunt you.
We shipped it.
All right. Straight ahead, the top general in Afghanistan being.
All right, 3 minutes after the top of the hour. More headlines.
Yeah, now for the rest of your headlines, the New York Times says 4 of its journalists.
Well, Trump is still not saying whether he's running for president. He'll announce his decision, he says, in June.
Those are your headlines.
All right. Joining us right now from Colorado.
If you have foreclosed on a house or you had to refinance your mortgage, you might think that the worst is over, but you could still owe Uncle Sam some money. In some cases, your forgiven debt can be taxable income. But Fox News legal analyst and real estate expert, Mr. Bob, employments, let's say 9%. But I'm hearing the U6 rate is really 17%. That includes the official number. Really? It's a lot of people out of work.
That's why it's so unusual that Chuck Schumer, the senator from New York State, is suggesting that Democrats, when they're out and about over the break, go out and talk about all the stuff they're doing. Listen to this. Does it make sense to you?